Treasury reports for the period ended 2022 to 2025. Mr. Chairman, officers and directors of the North Central Ghana Union Mission, officers of the various fields in Ghana, distinguished guests, accredited delegates from far and near, ministers and workers of Midwest Ghana Conference, fellow children of God, ladies and gentlemen, we have today the greatest opportunity to preach the gospel of the kingdom to all the world so that Jesus can come. Because of this, as I quote from Christ Object Lessons, page 197, in this work all the angels of heaven are ready to cooperate. All the resources are at the command of those who are seeking to save the lost. Mr. Chairman, 4 years ago in Techiman, a new administration was entrusted with the responsibility of managing God's sacred resources. The primary role of the Treasury is to steward the contribution of our church members in support of evangelism, with the mission of winning souls as we advance toward the second coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. According to the Word Working Policy, Section 4, Subsection 10, page 563, as I quote, all officers of the General Conference, Division, Union, Local Conference, Mission, or field entities, and institutions, agencies, or services shall set an example in economy by minimizing expenses without compromising the mission of the organization. This example will inspire confidence in the integrity of the organization. Under the guidance of the Conference Executive Committee and the administration, the Treasury has recognized the great privilege and responsibility of receiving, managing, and disbursing these sacred funds in accordance with the established church policy. Such a sacred responsibility cannot be carried out without divine guidance and strength. Although the task has been demanding and at times challenging, today we give praise to the Lord for how far He has brought us. I therefore stand humbled and deeply honored to present an account of our stewardship for the past 4-year period. For the 4-year period, our objectives were as follows. 1. To prudently manage the financial resources of the conference to ensure financial stability. 2. To settle all debts with the higher organization, mainly the Union and the Advent Press. Then 3. To achieve a standard audit report for the years. Achievements. Mr. Chairman, under evangelism, during the period under review, the conference allocated a substantial portion of its tithe income to evangelism. The fulfillment of its core mission, a total amount of 1,443,871, was expended on public evangelistic campaigns and other related outreach activities, representing approximately 7% of the net tithe of the conference. Mr. Chairman, according to the policy, it's mandatory for us to utilize 6% of the net tithe for evangelism. Let's look at the comparative of what was actually spent in line with the mandatory 6%. In 2022, although the 6% amounted to 202,619, by God's grace, we spent 210,344. In 2023, we spent 363,865 as per the mandatory, which was 288,146. In 2024, the 6% amounted to 356,316. By the divine guidance, we expended 475,381. In 2025, due to some deficits, we did not spend up to the 6%. However, for the entire period, the 6% amounted to 1,311,429. To the grace of God, we spent 1,443,871. The glory of God in evangelism. Personal support. During the period under review, the conference provided financial support for several personal projects, including those in the Jamai North District, Jamai South District, Brekum West District, Brekum East, and Wenchi East, at a total cost of 164,000. This investment has significantly reduced the conference reliance on rented accommodation for pastors and their families, thereby easing recurrent rental expenses and improving housing stability for pastoral staff. Mr. Chairman, during the period, the Odumase land dispute was fully resolved. The conference successfully resolved the long-standing dispute with the family claiming ownership of the Odumase land. This matter was amicably settled through the payment of a compensation amounting to 160,000, thereby securing the conference interest in the property and eliminating potential legal and financial risk. On our office renovation and asset protection, Mr. Chairman, the conference undertook a comprehensive renovation of its office premises at a total cost of 146,000. The renovation included the refurbishment of the President's office and other departmental offices, resulting in an improved and more functional working environment. In addition, a fireproof safe was acquired at the cost of 25,000 to enhance the safeguarding of vital documents and financial records. Mr. Chairman, in collaboration with the Communication Department, the Treasury supported the establishment of a semi-furnished recording studio to facilitate the recording and broadcast of sermons on various radio stations. The project was completed at a cost of 20,000. Furthermore, modern communication equipment was procured for the department at an additional cost of 18,000, significantly strengthening the conference media and outreach capacity. Revitalization of Adventist Book Center, ABC operations. Although the Advent Book Center was not fully operational during the period, the conference invested 30,000 in refurbishing and restocking the facility. This intervention has positioned the ABC for renewed operations and improved service delivery into the future. Support for vocational skills development. Through a collaborative effort with the Stewardship Department and the Treasury, selected church members were provided with sewing machines to support vocational skills training. This initiative aimed at empowering members economically, enhancing self-reliance, and improving livelihoods within the church community. Workers' computer support. Mr. Chairman, over the period, a total amount of 104,450 was used to waiver the acquisition of computer laptops and presentation pointers for all workers of the conference to facilitate their work. Mr. Chairman, at the beginning of our office in 2022, the conference had secured a loan facility in an amount of 430,000 from the Heritage Fund, which was used to finance the acquisition of our office vehicle. As at 31st December 2025, the loan had been substantially serviced, leaving an outstanding balance of 90,299 Ghana cedis and 84 Ghana pesos. Pastor to member ratio. Mr. Chairman, over the period, we started 2022 with 22 districts. By God's grace, it grew to 28, then 30 in 2024, and 30 districts in 2025. With these districts, our membership grew from 18,843 to 21,152 as at the close of 2025. Our numbers of ministers also started 2022 with 30. By God's grace, we increased it by 2 in 2023, then by additional 2 as to 2025, bringing the total ministers to 34 at the close of the period. Pastor to member ratio. Mr. Chairman, at the beginning of the period, our pastors held 628 members per pastor. This reduced to 617 per pastor in 2023. It increased again to 639 in 2024 as per the growth in membership. By grace, we closed the period with 622 members to a single pastor as at the close of the 4-year period. General overview. Mr. Chairman, on our income and expenditure, the conference operations during the period under review were financed from 4 principal sources, namely tithes, combined offerings, which include systematic, thanksgiving, loose and sub-school offerings, investments, and other donations received for specific activities. Mr. Chairman, our expenditure were primarily incurred in the areas of salary and allowances for workers, administrative and general expenses, evangelism, and other operational costs. Mr. Chairman, with our gross tithe, we started the year with a total gross tithe of 4,226,004 Ghana cedis, 18 pesos. It grew to 6.5 million. It grew further to 8.1 million in 2024. By God's grace, in 2025, we attained a gross tithe of 9,900,253 Ghana cedis and 2 pesos. By God's grace, the total gross tithe received for the period amounted to 29,227,541 Ghana cedis, 64 Ghana pesos. The gross tithe contributions came from 4 sources. The district tithe amounted to 28,085,147 Ghana cedis, 85 pesos. The workers of the Midwest Ghana Conference also gave a total tithe of 789,745 cedis, 65 Ghana pesos. Our special tithe also amounted to 64,942 Ghana cedis and 85 pesos. Then finally, our tithe from our health institution amounted to 82,200. These amounted to the gross tithe of 29 million for the period. With the gross distribution of the tithes, Mr. Chairman, out of the gross tithe of 29 million, 7,370,389 and 48 pesos were remitted to the higher organization. The net tithe for the conference for the period amounted to 21,857,152 Ghana cedis and 16 pesos. District tithe performance. Mr. Chairman, all the districts, as we've seen in the increment of the districts over the period, contributed to support the conference. These slides show districts whose total tithe for the period was from 1 Ghana cedis up to 500,000. We have our student group, that is the campus ministries, with 30,316, 70 pesos, followed by Banda with 189,204 Ghana cedis, 65 Ghana pesos. Moves on to Domanov with 191,869 Ghana cedis, 60 pesos. Japekrum gave us 249,398 cedis, 90 pesos. Amos also offered us 328,344 cedis, 40 pesos. Brekum West Central District also gave us 347,013 Ghana cedis, 20 pesos. Sekwa offered us 411,331 cedis. Jamine South gave us 436,494 Ghana cedis, 84 pesos. And Crown Quanta also supported the conference with 449,908 cedis, 53 Ghana pesos. Time also gave us 469,880 cedis, 11 pesos. Then Jamine gave us 475,702 cedis, 93 Ghana pesos. Mr. Chairman, the districts on this slides also gave us tithes from 500,000 to 900,000 in that range. Brekum West gave us 512,317 Ghana cedis, 89 Ghana pesos. Nafana West followed with 536,740 cedis, 94 Ghana pesos. Badu also carried on with 549,181 Ghana cedis, 73 pesos. Doma South delivered 647,291 Ghana cedis, 99 Ghana pesos. Wenchi East gave us 660,622 Ghana cedis, 50 pesos. Tra also gave us 748,964 Ghana cedis, 46 pesos. Wamnafo followed on with 800,186 Ghana cedis, 13 pesos. Wenchi West moved on with 819,716 Ghana cedis, 28 pesos. Wenfi landed with 882,095 Ghana cedis, 55 pesos. Abisim carried on with 894,050 cedis, 60 pesos. Doma Central entered the 900s with 971,397 Ghana cedis, 77 pesos. Then Sunyani Southward closed with 999,334 Ghana cedis, 71 Ghana pesos. Mr. Chairman, the districts featured in this slides all gave total tithes for the period amounting in millions of Ghana cedis. Sunyani West opened with 1,029,529 Ghana cedis, 3 pesos. Brekum East followed with 1,119,427 Ghana cedis, 14 pesos. Brekum Central gave us 1,429,812 Ghana cedis, 10 pesos. Sunyani North gave us 1,931,592 Ghana cedis, 13 pesos. Sunyani East entered 2 million with 2,581,779 Ghana cedis, 10 pesos. Sunyani South gave us 2,774,224 Ghana cedis, 46 pesos. And Penkwasi closed the margin with 4,611,405 cedis, 48 Ghana pesos. Per capita tithe performance. Mr. Chairman, this analysis examines district-level tithe performance in relation to membership population, focusing on total tithe membership strength and per capita contribution. The objective is to assess stewardship effectiveness, equity in giving, and areas requiring strategic treasury and stewardship interventions during the period under review. The conference recorded a total tithe of 28,085,417 Ghana cedis, 85 pesos, from a combined membership population of 21,152, resulting in an overall per capita tithe of 1,327 Ghana cedis and 65 Ghana pesos per person over the period under review. Mr. Chairman, the slide shows per tithe lead by Penkwase, followed by Brekum Central to the last district, that is the campus ministry. The analysis reveals that membership size alone does not guarantee high tithe returns. Some districts with smaller population recorded high per capita given than larger districts, underscoring the importance of stewardship education, leadership effectiveness, and economic engagement rather than numerical strength alone. Combined offering. Mr. Chairman, our combined offerings include systematic, Thanksgiving, loose, and Sabbath school offerings. Over the period under review, the offerings increased consistently from 177,445 Ghana cedis, 16 pesos, to 411,374 Ghana cedis, 17 pesos, reflecting improved stewardship participation and growing member engagement. The conference recorded continuous year-on-year growth in offerings throughout the period. Total offerings more than doubled over the 4 years, demonstrating strengthening confidence in conference programs and improved stewardship education. Mr. Chairman, per year, 2022 recorded offering amounting to 177,445. This followed through in growth to 411,374 in 2025. The total offering recorded for the period amounted to 1,186,844. Mr. Chairman, the offering received per district also ranged from 175,059 Ghana cedis with Penkwase to Doma North with 8,270 as the offering received from each of the districts throughout the period. Non-tithe income. Mr. Chairman, during the period under review, a total amount of 3,517,974 Ghana cedis 68 pesos was received from our offerings, specific donations, savings return and sale of inventory. The non-tithe income supported the funding of operational and non-recurrent expenditure over the period. Mr. Chairman, the detail of the non-tithe are as follows. Offering and specific donations gave us a total of 2,431,753 Ghana cedis 85 pesos, with a rise from 441 to 896 over the period. Mr. Chairman, our total non-tithe for 2022 amounted to 656,141 Ghana cedis 78 pesos. It grew to 759,000 in 2023 and to 926,823 Ghana cedis 28 pesos in 2024. We closed 2025 with a total non-tithe amount of 1,175,382 Ghana cedis 32 pesos. These summed up to the 3,517,974 Ghana cedis 68 pesos as the total non-tithe received for the period. Mr. Chairman, our total operating income for the period performed as follows. Our net tithe gave us 21,857,152 Ghana cedis 16 pesos. Our total non-tithe also gave us 3,517,974 Ghana cedis 68 pesos. This gave us a total actual operating income of 25,357,126 Ghana cedis 84 Ghana pesos for the period. Mr. Chairman, our total operating expenditure is analyzed as follows. The conference expenditure over the 4-year period under review, focusing on employee-related expenses, travel costs, and administrative expenses. The analysis highlights spending trends, cost drivers, and their implications for financial sustainability and mission delivery. Over the quadrennial period, total expenditure amounted to 23,490,471 Ghana cedis 97 pesos, increasing steadily in line with expanding operations, workforce growth, and mission activities. Mr. Chairman, the core or main expenditure for the conference are analyzed as follows, with employee-related, travel and administrative expenses. Employee-related started with 2.8 million in 2022. It grew in line with all other growth of the conference to 6,096,611 Ghana cedis for the period. Our travel costs also moved from 143,159 to 455,494. Then with our other administrative and other general expenses, it moved from 1,010,986 to 1,179,260 over the period. Mr. Chairman, our total expenditure were as follows. Employee-related amounted to 16,909,703 Ghana cedis 70 Ghana pesos. Travel for the period amounted to 1,196,115 Ghana cedis 94 Ghana pesos. And our administrative expenses amounted to 5,668,939 Ghana cedis 11 pesos. These adds up to a total expenditure of 23,490,471 Ghana cedis 97 Ghana pesos. Mr. Chairman, Employee-related expenses accounted for the largest share of our total expenditure, representing approximately 71% of overall spending. Employee-related costs rose consistently each year, from 2.83 million in 2022 to 5.81 million in 2025. The increase reflects growth in the number of workers, salary adjustments, allowances, and benefits. Travel expenses showed a steady upward trend, rising from 143,159.71 pesos in 2022 to 455,494 Ghana cedis and 5 pesos in 2025. Increased travel costs, expanded evangelistic program, administrative supervision, and field operations. Administrative expenses increased from 1.01 million in 2022 to 1.92 million in 2025, before declining to 1.18 million in 2025. The expenditure analysis indicates the conference spending increase in a controlled and mission-aligned manner over the quadrennial. Rising personnel and operational costs were supported by corresponding growth in income, demonstrating responsible treasury management. Mr. Chairman, we recorded a total operating surplus amounting to 843,920 over the period 2022 to 2025. This supported the conference in meeting its short-term obligations, which included loan servicing, major personnel support, office refurbishment, workers' computer, and many more. The sustained improvement reflects prudent cash management, improved income performance, and strengthened financial discipline. The details of the operating surplus are as follows for the period: 2022, 104,318. 2023, 232,057 Ghana cedis. 2024, 132,565. And 2025, 374,980. This adds up to the total operating surplus of 843,920. Mr. Chairman, our indicators for the period were also as follows. With our working capital, we started the period with 55%. It improved to 73%. It improved further to 98%, then closed with 139% in 2025. With our liquidity, we started the period with a liquidity of 85% at the close of 2022. It improved to 102% in 2023, declined to 96% in 2024. Then by God's grace, it rose again to 139% closing of 2025. With our self-support, 2022 recorded 103%. It improved by a percentage increase to 104 in 2023. A decline came in by 2% to 102 in 2024. Then we closed the period with 111% of self-support. Reserve Fund. Mr. Chairman, the setting up of a reserve fund for the Midwest Ghana Conference, which started from July 2021 with a balance of 46,315 as at the beginning of 2022, grew by 503,679 over the period 2022 to 2025. Mr. Chairman, the entire reserve is created from interest income. The reserve interest income generated in 2022 amounted to 129,195. It fell to 85,494. Then in 2024, we recorded 191,520 of interest income for the period. In 2025, we also made 97,446. These adds up to the 503,679, being the interest income generated to create the reserve fund for the Midwest Ghana Conference under the period. Audit opinions. Mr. Chairman, the audit opinions issued over the period under review provide important insights into the conference financial reporting quality and compliance with established policies. For the financial statement, the conference received unqualified audit opinions or standard audit opinions for all the 3 years that we have been audited, 2022, 2023, and 2024. This indicates that the financial statements fairly present the financial position of the performance of the conference in all material respects and were prepared in accordance with applicable accounting standards. The consistency of unqualified opinions reflects strong financial reporting practices and effective Treasury oversight. However, Mr. Chairman, with respect to policy compliance, the audit opinion was unqualified in 2022, but qualified in both 2023 and 2024. This suggests that while the financial records themselves were accurate, there were noted exceptions or weakness in adherence to certain established policies during the latter 2 years, which were not direct finance-related policies. Build My Church. Mr. Chairman, all the districts in the conference supported the Build My Church projects in the period under review. As shown in the slide, the chart leaves with Penkwase offering 12,660 cedis, 30 Ghana pesos as the total Build My Church contributions for the period. The total amount received from Build My Church in the period amounted to 69,526 Ghana cedis, 75 Ghana pesos. Mr. Chairman, in addition to the above contributions of the districts, the fund had a balance of 63,113 Ghana cedis, 57 pesos as of January 2022. The prudent management of the fund gave it a growth of 42,028 Ghana cedis, 73 pesos as at the close of 2025, bringing the fund balance to 174,669 Ghana cedis, 5 Ghana pesos. Church Member Project. Mr. Chairman, during the period under review, the administration initiated a project known as the Church Member Project. Under this initiative, members voluntarily contributed funds into a pool account with the objective of growing a capital for future income generation activities. As of December 2025, the total amount accumulated in the pool stood at 27,254 Ghana cedis. Donations received. Mr. Chairman, during the period under review, the conference received several donations in support of evangelism and related outreach activities. Notably among the donations were a donation of 50,000 which was received from the Heritage Fund, which supported the construction of a church building for Gonokrom Church. In addition, a donation of $1,000 was received from Pastor Daniel Opoku-Boateng in support of conference operations. Furthermore, the conference received a total amount of 220,274 from the division and the union to support evangelistic activities under the Impact 2025 program. Church and District Audit. Mr. Chairman, according to the Seventh-day Adventist Church Manual, 21st edition, page 153, as I quote, every set of accounting records, from those of the local church to those of the General Conference, are subject to audit by auditors appointed for the purpose. This rule, which applies to every denomination-affiliated institution, provides the maximum safety in the handling of funds. Mr. Chairman and fellow brethren in Christ Jesus, in the period 2022 to 2025, our audit covered all the 29 districts and their churches within the conference. Mr. Chairman, the financial, operation and compliance audits were conducted to determine the degree of adherence to the stipulated adopted accounting standards and the working policies of the Seventh-day Adventist Church and the general governance under the applicable international standards on auditing by the district and the churches within the conference for the period under review. Mr. Chairman, 29 districts and approximately 4% of churches therefore were audited and trained on the essentials of bookkeeping systems and their impact on the general growth of churches' operations. An audit report was issued to all the districts and churches audited, highlighting the areas of concern and recommending a better possible way for effectively and efficiently manage the day-to-day operations of the entity. Mr. Chairman, the sacred call to faithfulness and accountability as stewards, as enshrined in the Holy Bible in 1 Corinthians 4 verse 2 and Matthew 25 verse 21, was the key focus of all workshops organized. Mr. Chairman, the workshops organized created a platform for the feedback and further interactions on how best as stewards can give out their maximum best to the cause of God's work in His vineyard. After each audit, it was observed that a steady increase in the funds returned to the conference and the adherence to the weekly deposit policy of the conference and the local church funds into their respective bank accounts were greatly improved. Mr. Chairman, a custom Microsoft Excel template for treasury work has been on the rollout, which will help track financial records for a long period of time for the purpose of making an informed financial decision for the churches, districts, and the conference at large. Mr. Chairman, in the period under review, the following challenges were associated with the work of the Treasury. 1. Limited funds for the operations of the Midwest Ghana Conference due to the unfaithfulness on the part of some church members in tithe and offering. 2. Lack of proper approval on expenditure. 3. Some churches do not have operational bank accounts, which is against the policy of the church. 4. The quarterly and annual reporting to the district and the church as business was mostly not adhered by the Treasury Department at the church level. 5. We had a race where local church funds were in the custody of a church member who was not or who is not part of the church treasury. Also, unorganized receipt and payment vouchers was a challenge for us, but through the workshop, it has improved in compliance. Mr. Chairman, the non-compliance with weekly depositing of conference funds also became an intermittent challenge, but substantially, it is improving. We also encountered incomplete check counterfoils with some church transactions as per checks issued. The absence of asset register was at a high level for most churches audited in the period. The problem of non-regular or low level of bank reconciliation was also encountered. With filing, most of the records we encountered with our churches were in a poor filing state. Also, as a requirement for churches to develop operating budget and plans, the compliance was also low in most of the churches. Recommendations. Mr. Chairman, all district units and organized churches should have at least 3 up to 5 member audit committee. All funds, both conference and local church, must be in the custody of the Treasury Department. Digital record keeping. Mr. Chairman, the church administration must endeavor to charge treasurers to weekly deposit conference funds and also deposit all local funds above the approved interest into the church's designated bank account. Mr. Chairman, mandatory training program and long duration for treasury members. Mr. Chairman, we recommend interest policy and petty cash controls, asset management enhancements, the preparation of budgets as a primary guidance in finance, motivation of treasurers, performance monitoring on the recommendations. Mr. Chairman, with all our achievements, challenges, improvements, and recommendations, we have these projections for the next quinquennium. 1. To prudently manage the financial resources of the conference to ensure financial stability. 2. To provide training support to church treasurers through relevant timely workshops 3. To settle all our debts with the Advent Press. 4. To facelift the administrator's personage and complete the treasurer's bungalow at Kotokrom. 5. To promote and ensure the continuous total adherence to the church's working policy in respect of financial and administrative operations. 6. To see to the full implementation of a customized Excel workbook in all organized churches within the conference. This will require that each church must acquire functioning computer system. This will be in addition to the ACMS Church Treasury implementation. Mr. Chairman, we also look forward to ensure that all district and organized churches within the conference have a team of auditors to support the work of the conference auditor by initiating audit exercises at the district and local church levels at least once semi-annually and issue reports to appropriate authorities. Gratitude, Mr. Chairman, as I quote, like a shepherd, Jesus will guide his children. What shall we render unto the Lord for his providence towards us? We will take up the cup of our salvation and call upon his name, for he alone deserves all our praises and adoration. We are heartily grateful for how he has led the conference with his victorious right hand. Praise be to God forever and ever. Amen. Mr. Chairman, I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to the administration of the North Central Ghana Union Mission for their unwavering support and insightful service to the conference. To our able finance and executive committee members, I humbly say bravo for your unwavering and earnest support through it all. Thank you for counsel and directives. To the officers of the Midwest Ghana Conference, the departmental directors, the ministerial and non-ministerial workers, I heartily express my heartfelt gratitude for the cooperation, dedication, and tolerance towards the growth of the conference. To our faithful elders and church members, I want to say well done for your steadfast faith in God and giving towards his work. May the good Lord bless and keep us under his wings. Amen. Submitted by SETH WONTUMI-AMOAH, Treasurer.
The church is one.